Then you could have then you would have never known what was going on.
You would have never known what she said.
Ignorance is bliss. That saying is definitely accurate. What's up, everybody? I am back today with a great topic. We're going to talk about today how you become more than your environment. But before we get into today's video, if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting on? Pause this video right now. I'll wait. Yes, pause this video, hit the subscribe button, also hit the bell so you know when I post content in the future, all right? And if you stay to the end, please put a smile emoji down in the comment section, and if you have any questions, you leave those below as well. And if anything that I say throughout this video just remotely resonates with you, even if you like it just a little bit, please hit the like button so the world knows that you did like the video, that you enjoyed what I'm talking about. You see what I'm saying? So I appreciate you in advance, and let's get back to the video. So today we're going to be talking about how to become more than your environment. So what do I mean by your environment? Well, this topic that I'm going to discuss today, there is no better time, in my opinion, that this needs to be discussed, because we have been bombarded with days and days and days and weeks and weeks and weeks of hopelessness and doubt and fear and uncertainty, and just the list goes on about what we have been just bombarded with in our environment. And so the question is, how do you become more than that? How do you transcend? How do you rise above the things that you experience in your environment? So what is your environment? Your environment can be the people that you interact with every day, the places that you go every day. It could be your work environment, the people that you talk to. That is what I would define as what your current environment is. Okay, your day-to-day routine, the places that your day-to-day routine takes you to, and the people that you interact with all the time. That's what I would define as your environment. So how do you become more? What I want to talk about first, beloved, is this day and time. I don't think there is any other time that I have experienced in my lifetime to where focus is necessary, because we literally go out of our doorsteps and it is reminded of pain and grief and death and sadness everywhere we turn to. You can probably name 3 things right now that less than a mile away from where you live, you will be reminded of the bad things that are going on in this world. And so people are wondering, how in the world do I turn my attention away from this? How do I create a life beyond what I am seeing? How do I create a life different than what I am seeing? What I am seeing on social media, what I'm seeing on the news, what my social circles are talking about, what I'm reading in newspapers, what I'm thinking. How do I become more? Because if you were just a person that was tuning in to what society and your community was telling you to be, you would be in a corner crying, depressed, hopeless, and feeling like that you had no life to live. But I come to tell you that you do still have control and power over your life. And so you are able to rise above what your current environment is telling you how to feel, how to think, how to live, how to be. So my first tip to you is, you gotta turn away from the things that don't make you feel good. Well, what do I mean by that? You might have to consume social media less. You might have to not watch the 9 o'clock news at night. You know, you might not be able to talk to certain people that you talk to all the time, because most of their conversation is dominated by the negative things that are going on in the world. If you know those people that you talk to, then most of the time you all are talking about what you saw on the news, what you saw in the grocery store, what you read on Facebook, what you read on Instagram, you know, the horror stories, or it's just you're sharing information and thoughts and feelings that do not feel good. So, beloved, we must turn our attention away from the things that don't make us feel good. Why? Because the law of attraction states this: whatever energy you put out, that's the energy that you get back. And if you're drawing your attention to things that don't make you feel good, the universe is just going to bring you more of that, because that is what you're investing your energy in. So if you want less of these things, if you want to feel better, you know what I mean? If you want to become more than what you are experiencing in your current environment, what you are seeing in your current environment, you must turn your attention away from the things that don't make you feel good. I don't care if it's people, I don't care if it's places. Do your best to begin practicing. Start with doing it less, be on social media less. You see what I'm saying? Practice turning your attention away from the things that don't make you feel good. Tip number 2, quiet your mind through meditation. Meditation is a great exercise for you to use in order to quiet your mind, because through meditation, you are able to see the thoughts that you have and the feelings that are tied to those thoughts. We have over 90,000 thoughts a day. 90,000 thoughts a day. And 95% of those thoughts are on autopilot. And another thing, most of the thoughts that you have thought today are the same thoughts that you thought yesterday, and the day before that, and the day before that, and the day before that. Our thoughts and emotions are a part of what we call a paradigm. It's a part of a pattern. You see what I'm saying? And when you meditate, you are able to get in tune with those thoughts, with those pattern thoughts, and with those emotional feeling thoughts. Because how are you really able to be more than what you are and where you are and who you are if you're not even aware of your thoughts and emotions that created it in the first place? Because, beloved, I'm going to tell you this. Wherever your life is right now in this moment was created by your past behaviors and thoughts and over a period of time. You have to be aware of how your current thoughts and your current emotions that are tied to those thoughts, and meditation is a great way to do that. This is a great book to start with, Success Through Stillness. My husband brought this into our life probably about 5 years ago, but we used Russell Simmons' meditation method when we first started meditating. It is a great read. It's not a long book at all, but if you are beginning to meditate or you're just curious about what Russell is talking about with meditation, this is a great book. It's called Success Through Stillness. Tip number 3, deliberately focus on the things that make you feel good. So my first tip was to turn your attention away from the things that don't make you feel good. So we will replace your attention on the things that don't make you feel good and with the things that do make you feel good. What you are doing now is really becoming conscious of your thoughts and your feelings. Okay, you are consciously becoming aware of your behavior patterns. You're really becoming conscious of who you are by paying attention to how you feel and the thoughts that you think and how you behave day to day. So, turning your attention onto the things that make you feel good, again, the law of attraction, the energy you put out is the energy that you get back. So concentrating on the things that make you feel good brings more of the things that make you feel good into your experience. I'm asking you to reach for just one thing a day. Let's just start with one thing. I don't care if it's just that the oatmeal you made for yourself that morning was the bomb.com. It was the best oatmeal ever. Concentrate on that for the day. If that really evokes a positive emotion inside, reach for whatever that you have to. Pictures of your grandchildren, your children, a picture of a rainbow. I don't care. But the goal is to build the practice of putting our attention on the things that make us feel good and the things that we want, because we want to bring more of that into our existence, because that's how we transform our current environment into what we really want it to be. Because we typically are creating, and we don't even know what we're creating. We're just all over the place day to day. You see something on social media and it evokes anger in you, and you may see something somewhere else and then it evokes you to laugh, and then you pay attention to something else and it evokes you to sadness. We allow our environment to control our thoughts and to control our emotions. So with these tips, now you are actually taking the control back. You are now sitting in the driver's seat of creating the life that you want, of becoming more than what you have already experienced, becoming more than your current environment. So tip number 4, deliberately talk about the things that you want and to deliberately think about the things that you want. So let's talk about the aspect of deliberately talking about the things that you want. So day to day, more conversations that we have on a daily basis is geared around a topic that's negative, or we're discussing a topic around a negative event, right? Think about the last time you've asked somebody about a trip that they just came from, for instance. A lot of times this is how people express, a trip is something to be excited about. You've traveled, somewhere away from home. It's relaxing. It's in a different environment. You get to experience, new things and eat new food, etc. Maybe you can relate to this. I don't know. But I started kind of like paying attention to, how they really express their experience on their trip. So this is how it typically goes. Yeah, my trip was good. No, we enjoyed ourselves. It was nice. But this hotel and this person, like they will start to explain the things that went wrong on the trip. They will start to explain to you the things that they did not like. And so what I would ask for you to start paying attention to with yourself, with the conversation that you find yourself in, is to talk about the things that you like and the things that you want. And so what this will do in your interaction with the people that you've been interacting with for a long time, people at work, your personal relationships, etc., what you begin to do is to set a new tone, that you are a person that creates an environment of positivity, that creates an environment that feels good, that talks about things that feels good to them. You will begin to set this tone in your relationships and just your interactions with people in general. And the people that you're closest to, they might react to it. Who cares? That is none of your business. But what you focus on is really establishing this new you. You see what I'm saying? What you're doing is transforming your environment with establishing yourself as a person that talks about things that make them feel good. Now, what this mean? This means that you might talk to certain people less. This means that you might not hang out with certain people as much, or that this might, some people may leave your life. If they are like toxic, if they're on that end of the, of the emotional scale, they might just leave, because what you're doing is transforming the energy around you, and your environment must respond to that, because it is law. And what is that law called? The law of attraction. The energy you put out is the energy that you get back. Now we're going to talk about how you deliberately think about things that you do want. So again, we are in a process of retraining our minds to think in the way that brings us the things that we do want. So how do you do that? Well, the first thing you can use is what I called a list of positive aspects. This is a tool that I got from a spiritual teacher called Abraham Hicks. If you're interested, feel free to look them up. They have some great videos on YouTube. But essentially what you do is you take a topic and you write down every positive thing you possibly can about this particular topic. This is more or less of an exercise for you to express something, to express positive emotion about a particular topic. You can use a list of positive aspects to really begin to shift the energy around this topic that may not have been a positive experience for you in the past, and you might have some very negative thoughts around this particular topic. This is another tool that I got from Abraham Hicks. It's called a focus wheel. So I will put a picture of a focus wheel right above my head somewhere, but basically you have the topic, if you will, right in the center. And then you draw these lines outwardly, and then you express again some type of positive thought or emotion around that particular topic. Again, this is just another tool in order for you to generate positive thoughts around a topic that in the past you might have some negative emotion around, Or it might be a subject that's going really well and you want to keep that going. You want to invest more positive energy into it. You can use those two tools for that as well. Another thing that you can do is to listen to positive affirmation videos on YouTube. There is a page called Joseph Stevenson. I've listened to a few of his videos. They feel really good to me. So you can check that page out. But it is tons and tons and tons of videos on YouTube where you can listen to minutes, even hours of audio, and it's nothing but positive affirmations. I've seen videos about money and about self-love and about relationships. YouTube is your friend. Keep a gratitude journal. You know, I like to use appreciation. Appreciation feels better to me, but if you use gratitude, you know, continue to use gratitude if that feels good. But essentially, you can use a notebook to really keep track of the things that you're thankful for. You might do this exercise in the morning, you know, after you get up, or you might do it at night and write about the things that you're appreciative for that happened that day. You know, again, this is just tools and a way for you to start retraining your mind to focus on the things that brings about the change in your environment, to bring about the things that you really desire to have, to become more than your environment. How do you become more than your environment? You have to be more. You have to be more mentally. You have to be more emotionally. And the 4 tips that I share with you today will definitely start you on that path. Guaranteed. Again, if you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button and also hit the notification bell so you know when I post great content like this in the future. And if you have made it to the end, please leave a smiley in the comment section as well, so the world will know that you made it to the end and it was that good that you stayed until the last second. So please hit the like button so others will know that you did find the video helpful in some way. This is Brittany Cobb, and I'm checking out today. And until next time, you all have a great week, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.
On the Teddy though this morning.
First off, I'm finna film. I ain't got time to be. Cause that was just too funny.